Welcome viewers, click the red button to subscribe and press bell icon to get all updates. United States Secretary of Defense James Mattis blamed former President Barack Obama for the U.S. losing the war in Afghanistan. According to the Daily Caller, Mattis spoke in front of the Senate Appropriations Subcommittee on Wednesday to discuss President Donald Trump's decision to give Mattis the power to examine the number of troops in Afghanistan. During his testimony, Mattis explained how former President Barack Obama's decision to pull support for Afghan troops in 2014 allowed the Taliban to build up its power in the country. As a result, the war in Afghanistan will not end anytime soon, and it's up to Trump and his team to resolve the situation. I believe that we pulled out forces at a time, as you know, when the violence was lower, but we pulled them out on a timeline rather than consistent with the maturation of the government and the security forces, Mattis said. The Washington Examiner noted that Mattis blamed President Obama for his misguided decision. At one point, when we reduced our forces there, I believe in what was probably in hindsight a misguided application of our forces. We restricted them from using our air support, with some idea we would wean them off the need for it, Mattis said. Then, Mattis dropped a bomb and completely humiliated President Obama and his leadership. The result was that his security declined, all the other stresses have come to bear, to include heavy casualties on the part of the Afghan forces, other nations pulled their forces out as well, and the Taliban was emboldened, Mattis said. We're not winning in Afghanistan right now, and we will correct this as soon as possible, he said with authority. According to the New York Times, Mattis also laid out the Trump administration's plan to win the war in Afghanistan. The U.S. will reassess the need for additional troops in Afghanistan in an effort to support Afghan troops in their goal to reduce violence in the country. Those U.S. service members will include air power and possibly special operations forces. After a period of time, the Trump administration hopes that U.S. forces will have provided Afghan troops all they need to sustain safety in their country on their own. It seems as if Trump has more of a plan to win the war than Obama ever did. Share this story on Facebook and Twitter and let us know where you think President Obama's bad decisions were in regards to the war in Afghanistan.